Welcome to the Shift, Shuffle, Share taster video. At Frontrunner Coaches, we help leaders look at things from a different perspective. Here is a snapshot of the techniques we use to elevate our leaders' way of thinking and operating. Today's leadership insight is a simple yet powerful trio that can transform how your business adapts, innovates, and grows. It's what we call Shift, Shuffle, and Share, a strategic mindset that turns uncertainty into opportunity. Let's start with shift. In every business, there are moments when you have to pause and ask, are we looking at this the right way? Shifting means stepping back from the default position. It's about changing the frame, challenging assumptions, flipping the narrative, or asking, what if the opposite were true? When leaders model this behavior, they create space for fresh thinking and genuine innovation. Strategic advantage comes from those who are bold enough to change the lens before they are forced to. Next comes shuffle. This is where you intentionally disrupt the status quo. Whether it's rotating roles, mixing cross-functional teams, or reordering priorities, shuffling creates energy. It keeps people awake. The most agile organizations don't wait for a crisis to reshuffle. They build it into their rhythm. Why? Because routine breeds comfort, and comfort unchecked breeds stagnation. Shuffling stimulates learning, strengthens resilience, and reveals hidden talent. It is a strategic way to future-proof your people and your processes. And finally, share. This is the linchpin. In too many businesses, knowledge is hoarded, siloed in teams, or locked behind seniority. That's not just inefficient, it's dangerous. Sharing is about active collaboration. It's about bringing diverse voices into the room, early and often. It's about creating psychological safety, where even half-formed ideas can spark breakthrough thinking. When you share information, credit, and ownership, you don't just get buy-in, you get brilliance. Now let's see an example of this in action. In the early 2000s, paediatric cardiothoracic surgeons at Great Ormond Street Hospital recognised that the most critical and often flawed part of surgery wasn't during the procedure itself, but in the transfer that follows, from operating theatre to the paediatric intensive care unit. These handovers were frequently chaotic and inefficient, vital equipment left on battery power, unclear leadership, poor communication, and equipment failures were common issues. These weak links posed serious risks, even after technically successful operations. One day, tired and reflective in the staff room, Professor Martin Elliott and consultant Alan Goldman tuned into a Formula One race on TV. They witnessed a Ferrari pit stop, complete with seamless choreography, clarity of roles, immaculate precision, and silence under pressure. In under 7 seconds, multiple tasks were performed flawlessly. They thought, why can't we apply the same discipline and coordination in our high-stakes neonatal handovers? Great Ormond Street Hospital reached out to McLaren and later Ferrari to facilitate a cross-industry exchange. Ferrari's team reviewed the hospital's transfer process, captured on video, and compared it to their own operational protocols. Their verdict? The hospital's approach lacked structure, clumsy, no rhythm, and critically, no clear leadership. Together with Dr. Ken Catchpole, a human factors researcher, the team built new protocols around these principles, incorporating checklists, structured communication, and formal debriefs after every transfer. Simulations became standard practice, integrated into staff training and induction. The key lessons Great Ormond Street Hospital learned from Ferrari were clear leadership, task sequence and allocation, risk prediction, discipline and composure, and practice and rehearsal. The results were transformative, saving babies' lives with pit stop precision. Technical errors decreased by 42%, information omissions decreased by 49%. This transformation led to the adoption of the new model across hospitals nationwide and globally. The Shift, Shuffle and Share lens. To recap, Shift, Great Ormond Street Hospital reframed a hospital handover as analogous to a high-speed F1 pit stop, spotting a parallel between disparate worlds and reframing the challenge in a radically new context. Shuffle. They disrupted convention by inviting F1 engineers and experts into a medical environment, reshaping protocols through cross-domain collaboration. Share. The hospital embraced structured knowledge sharing, from simulations to debriefs and scaled rollout, creating a culture of continuous improvement built on shared experiences and insights. So here's the takeaway: shift the frame, shuffle the structure, share the wisdom. Used deliberately, these aren't just tactics, they're a mindset, a strategic advantage in a world that rewards agility, creativity, and courage. Try it in your next big meeting, your next team review, or the next key decision. And this particular piece of learning is from our Decisive Leadership module, just one of our 9 modules in the unique e-learning leadership program that transforms your leadership abilities into a front-runner coach. If you are interested in running this model with your team and would like to learn more about the front-runner coaching program, book your free 20-minute call with one of our executive coaches. They will take you through the workshop outline and facilitators guide that you will receive after the call. Click below to book your free discovery call now.